ॐ क्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकारेषु सर्वदा वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचारूढमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहे तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहे ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. We will start from where we left last time. Let me just see if I can access the video.
Respect and revere him as a God-man upon earth. This is not because all the average man knows all the philosophy.
Thing is buffering, so let's give it a minute.
Sir, yes, yes. बंद हो गया वीडियो.
हाँ नहीं, वो बफरिंग कर रहा है, तो आई थिंक इट टेक्स few
जी.
seconds or minutes. मैं इसको वीडियो को दोबारा शुरू करता हूँ. जस्ट गिव मी मिनट. Okay, so it is ready now.
Actively sees a divine aura about. When the 400 million people in India calls him Mahatma Gandhi, it's not that he declared it and tried to publicize that he is divine. People started calling him. Why? They started seeing something divine about him, something adorable in him. Thing. And it is true. Because when there are no vasanas, there are no desires, no agitation. Agitation, desires are always regarding the world of oity. When there are no desires and no agitations, the mind and intellect activity is ended. There where the mind's activity is ended, I, who thought myself to be the perceiver, feeler, thinker, comes to awake, released from the entanglements of the mind and intellect, comes to awake to realize the timeless, the permanent, the eternal, the immutable. In order thus I may go there beyond, into my spiritual nature, my true nature, that which stands between me and the perfection is my own vasanas. If vasanas are more, more extrovert. Vasanas are less, less extrovert. No vasanas, no more extroverted. You awake from this plane of consciousness of PFT into a new dimension of consciousness. Therefore, the inquiry was, what exactly or how exactly can we wipe out the what is that? Vasanas. How soon and how effectively can we eliminate the vasanas? So till now what I talked is the pure science, only giving you the theories of these great masters. But is it practical? How can I make it practical, useful to mankind? It means the technology. The pure science in subjective science is called philosophy. The applied science is called religion all over the world, yoga in India. What is the yoga or the religion? What are the techniques by which I can eliminate the unnecessary vasana pressure in me and bring my mind to quietude and contemplation and evaporate it or disseminate and release myself from the entanglements of mind and intellect and awake to the higher state of consciousness. That we will take after your extrovertedness quietly. Breakfast. That there must be a life or some mysterious presence, divine and transcendental, call it whatever you like. I am not merely a bundle of flesh and bones and blood. But there must be something in it that lights it up. This we have understood. How does that function through me? I understood the mechanism of life. Now the point is, how am I to realize, come in contact with it? The structure of the bulb has been learned. And I know that bulb by itself has no light, and therefore there is something other than the bulb, behind the bulb, that expresses through the bulb when the light comes out. And now I want to know what is that electricity. What do? I had to remove the bulb and then contact that which lies behind the mind. search for what is that with my finger, and then we can't explain what it is. Then you shall get it. In the same way, intellectually I've understood these are the equipments, yes, and they function, yes. They themselves cannot function because they are matter, true. There must be something other than it, it is expressing through it, yes. Now what is that? Without removing these, I will not be able to understand that which lies behind it. Now how am I to remove them? I find that they are also powerful only because of the vasanas, and therefore vasana must be reduced. Less the vasana, less the desire, less the agitation, therefore very little extrovertedness, and therefore the mind is relatively quiet. Quiet mind has great contemplation, and when you are steady in contemplation, it happens. When the bulb is removed and the finger is inserted, it shall happen. What shall happen? You shall have direct experience. Of what? Of that which lies behind the... You get the... So then, the saboteur in my bosom, because of which I am not able to recognize my own dear real self, but I misunderstand myself to be the PFT, the limited entity, and all my sufferings and imperfections and agitations and sorrows are all due to this limitation upon me. How am I to then reduce the vasanas? It is here that what modern scientists calls a breakthrough we had in the subjective science. Just as in the objective science, very often we hear that we had a breakthrough in that problem, or we are expecting a breakthrough soon in this problem. The breakthrough is the word often used by the modern scientists. This is a phenomenon that was not only in the present times, but also in the good old ancient times. The rishis indicated this phenomena as a revelation. I did not know it, but it was revealed to me because I was anxious to know it. Modern scientists, in their arrogant ego and vanity, intellectual vanity, will not accept a revelation. But the phenomena is going on. There is a problem in science, and they have all tried their level best. All the data has been in front of them, and yet they are not able to explain how, why, that particular phenomena, let us say. There is a question in the mind. Why? How? How? And the scientist's intellect or mind has nothing to talk, because all possibilities they have examined and found that they are all false. So the mind and intellect is relatively silent. But the question is still at that time, generally on the seat early morning, in the toilet, because that is a place where you just, in that mood, I mean, I'm not joking. Or maybe in his office, in the laboratory, he is playing with that file, All possibilities that has suggested itself into his mind, 4 or 5 possibilities, all have been proved to the hilt that they are all wrong investigations. They all reach only walled in blind alleys. Yet the question is in the mind, how? And it is such quiet moments when the mind is utterly quiet or alert and the question is maintained. It is at that time that they get what the modern world call as breakthrough, or earlier the master said a revelation. Both the word revelation and breakthrough indicates that it is not your effort. You never knew it. It descended into you, and the modern man would say, it struck me. Struck me like a stone. Now a stone cannot strike you from your belly. It must be from outside. Meaning, I am not responsible. It struck me. But at the same time, the modern man doesn't want to accept that there is a greater intelligence than his, which can reveal to you the answers to your problems. They want to accept. So then they call it as breakthrough. According to your temperament, you may accept it as the rishis had a breakthrough in the subjective science, or you can say, if you have got belief and faith in the greater intelligence, that they had a revelation that when one individual functions in the world outside without orienting themselves with ego and selfish desires, the existing vasanas get exhausted, no new vasanas are created. This is a theory that has been declared in Vedanta. But Vedanta has not paused there to explain why and how. Just as in breakthrough, they can only give you the solution for the problem, but how did you arrive at it? It's not given, because they did not arrive at it. It arrived to them. They did not arrive at it. So they don't know the ways. It's a breakthrough. So they said, without ego and egocentric desires, if you can act in the world outside, the existing vasanas will get exhausted, it purifies you. Now the question is, can we act without ego and egocentric desires? Is it not in all action? I must have the consciousness that I want something. Without these two, how can I act? When these two are not there, I am in deep sleep or under total chloroform. No action can spring forth from me. Then how am I to lift myself from the ego and selfish desires and act in the world outside? Any intelligent man round the world at any period of time would say this is impossible. This is not a practical philosophy. It is an utopian dream. It is a solution or a treatment which is more painful than the disease. If the treatment is more painful than disease, it is better to have the disease than the treatment. It is not so. The Rishi said, all of you are right. When you deny this as a path, you are right. Our sympathies are with you. Why? In 99 cases, it is true that nobody can act in the world outside without ego and egocentric desires, except one exception. In that condition alone, man voluntarily acts without ego and egocentric desire. At the altar of love, you and I act without ego and egocentric desires. I love my mother and I am serving her. She is sick. I am serving her. Not that I may get some money from her or that she has not written the will and therefore I am serving her. No. That very serving her is itself a great joy and fulfillment for me. Not to serve her would have given me agonizing pain, a sense of guilt. So I am working for the sheer joy of doing. The father who loves the child, he may go about in a torn shirt, can't afford another shirt, and yet he will be sending money for his college education. Why? Love. Thus, loving the Lord and acting in the world outside is the method by which the existing vasanas can exhaust. That is why in all scriptures, service of mankind or the community, the society, as a dedication unto Him, or as a worship of Him, dedicating to the Lord, act on in the world outside. In Gita it is said that thus worshipping me with your karmas, work in the world outside, is the noblest of all worship. Such an individual who does it, he is serving me the best. Now, even though all of us have got BMI, everyone, no exception, yet we are different from each other because some of us are body oriented, some of us are emotion or mind oriented, and some few of us are highly intellectual type, rationally oriented. Mankind falls under these three types. And the fourth type I am not explaining. The fourth type is neither physical, nor mental, nor intellectual. They are personalities below par. We are taking normal, healthy human beings. They fall under these three categories. The body physically oriented, emotionally oriented, intellectually oriented. Naturally, therefore, these three types of people cannot be prescribed with one and the same method, technique. Just as one child of yours is interested in engineering, another in medicine, a third in music, you can't say that, no, all of you learn music. All of them learn engineering. It will never happen. So this wonderful idea, this or the Western religion, semestic religions, it's not true. One way, one God, one scripture. It is wonderful to hear. Good socially to militant, to make it militant. But from the spiritual standpoint, it is detrimental and suicidal. Each individual must be given his freedom to bloom by himself. It's only because All of us are not of the same.
Let me start the.
सर फिनिश हो गया
एक मिनट, just a minute.
जी
To those who are physically oriented, who can never sit quietly. It's a surprising thing that you are all sitting quietly. Man finds it the most difficult to sit quietly. And your notebooks, if you look, you will find that you have never been sitting quietly. What all cartoons you have done on the margin. Hey? You are not an artist. It doesn't mean that you never attended. You attended, but your hand was going on cartooning. Even international conferences, they always supply you with paper and pencil, not to take down notes, but to... See, what Kennedy was drawing at the time when the meeting was going on, the cabinet meeting was going on, deciding upon the fighting with, start the war with pig. What pig? Bear pig. You see, that picture is there in the New York. Go there and see in his exhibition. There is exhibited the backside of a young girl. He was drawing at that time. Not that his mind was there. His mind was in the problem that they are discussing. But his natural vasanas are coming out. You understand? It's natural. And if you don't give the paper and pencil, people would sit there and scratch and spoil the table and the polish. To repolish it is very costly. So to say that every board meeting, they will supply free paper and pencil. So that hands cannot keep quiet. School desks, have you seen? Bathroom walls, have you seen? Hey, it's natural. There's nothing immoral about it. So majority of us are body oriented. To them, since they cannot keep quiet, action, the path of work is being prescribed. Do your duties according to the quality, whether Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, the prescribed duties, do it without ego and egocentric desires, and worship me with fulfilling your duties. That would be your path. By thus rising above the ego and selfish desires in devotion unto Him when you are acting in the world outside, the existing vasanas get rid. Or if you are emotional, with a devotion, move towards Him in love, And since you are in love, all your actions are dedicated to Him, just as you love your family, and therefore all your efforts in your offices or in your marketplace is all meant for me and my family. Isn't it? It becomes natural. The intellectual man, rational man will never do karma yoga, will never be able to really get involved in devotion, because he has got a million questions to ask. He is not emotional. So if you say that pray to God, why should I? Who is God? Is He not all-pervading? If He is all-pervading, is He not in my house? If He is in my house, is He not in my bedroom? If it is in the bedroom, He is all-pervading, therefore He must be under the blanket also. Then why should I get up from the blanket and go to a church or a mosque or a temple? Is there more concentration of God there? Less 100 questions he asks. And you and I don't know how to answer, and therefore we say, you are an atheist. It is not. He is the greatest theist. He believes in Him, but he is seeking, not in your method, because his instrument is intellectual. He is rationally questioning you. For what? To understand. Very often we misunderstand such people and we condemn them as atheists. They are not. They are seeking Him by contradicting you, so that some logical reasoning may come from you, so that they can satisfy their intellect's quest. That is the path of contemplation, study of the scriptures and contemplation of the higher. By this, that's karma, bhakti, jnana, the path of service, the path of devotion, the path of intellectual contemplation. By these three paths, not that the three paths will take you there. No, the three paths will reduce the vasana, and therefore the vasana pressure upon M and I is reduced. M and I's wanderings into the world of OET is curtailed. The mind and intellect, the thoughts in it becomes quiet, alert, vigilant. Quiet, alert, vigilant, the thoughts have a tendency to enter into contemplative mood. The lesser the vasanas, the greater the contemplative mood. And by that process you awake into the higher state. All these three paths have been discussed exhaustively in the Bhagavad Gita. The second chapter and the third chapter, fourth and the fifth chapters expounded the path of karma. The sixth, seventh, and eighth, and the ninth expounded the path of intellection. Chapter 12 onwards, the path of 12, devotion. 13 onwards up to the 18th, the path of contemplation or meditation. The Jnana Yoga. All of them have been indicated. Therefore, the Bhagavad Gita is being declared in the colophon in the end of every chapter. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu. Thus, in the Bhagavad Gita, Upanishadsu, it's a science of reality. Yoga Shastra, it is not only science of reality, the theoretical part, but also it is a technology of yoga, of how to reach therein. Such and such an title, and this discourse or the third discourse or the fourth discourse is now concluded. This is going to call for the conclusion. In every end of the discourse, there is this colophon. Everywhere it is repeatedly said that in this Gita, which is at once a yoga shastra as well as an Upanishad, Brahma Vidya, the science of reality, and the yoga, the technology of how to reach it, this discourse has been given. It is making use of this chart of BMI, PFT, OHE. Once you have grasped this, you have got an entrance ticket into the halls of wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita temple of understanding. If you have not got a ticket, you are great crashing into it. At one point or the other, you will be caught and chucked out. You will jump out of the Bhagavad Gita because of the confusion that created in your mind. Once this chart is in your mind, everything, every line that has been said in the Bhagavad Gita can be pinned on to this knowledge and everything becomes clear. Krishna very faithfully follows this chart. Now I can't say chart, these ideas.
Now you got the idea why it was very important to go through logic of spirituality. And that's why I was kind of insisting that we should watch it before we enter into the study of Gita. Because if you understand this BMI model, if you want to call it, it helps you to understand it. And I think we are in a much better position because we have also always gone through, already gone through self-unfoldment, and we've gone through various concepts that Gita deals with. So you have a better understanding of it. So before we go on to the Gita, let's use this time or today's remaining part of the session, next 30-40 minutes, to deal with your questions and queries that you may have. You can switch on your cameras if you want. Switch on. Questions? No
सर एक
questions.
बार ये चार्ट आप समझा दो अपने वर्ड्स में पूरा.
Okay.
एक वो कैप्सूल काइंड ऑफ थिंग, जस्ट अ रिकैप.
चार्ट निकाल लो पहले. इसमें आपको क्या समझ में नहीं आया या क्या आप क्लैरिफाई करना चाहती हैं?
सर मेरे को तो ये भूल गया कि वो पी क्या था।
परसेप्शन।
परसेप्शन। ओके।
Because with your body, but when they say body, they are mainly referring to the sense organs because body is primarily is a sense organs. So with your sense organs, you perceive the world outside, and with your mind is the faculty with which you feel the emotions. तो वो आपकी फीलिंग फैकल्टी है फीलिंग के लिए. माइंड इज योर फीलिंग फैकल्टी. As with your intellect, you think your thoughts. So these three instruments are performing these functions to create my experiences. Okay. Let me get to the chart. And then okay.
Sir, I can share a picture of that chart with you, अगर if you want
हाँ
to.
है.
मैंने लिखा था.
नहीं, मेरे पास उसकी इमेज है, प्रिंटेड
Okay.
इमेज है. So I'm
Okay.
just going through my PPTs. Here you go. दिख रहा है? I think you can see it. So this is बस को expand ही कर. Now you can see it. Can you see it? Can somebody confirm? Hello.
हाँ जी सर, दिख रहा है।
दिख रहा है.
Okay. Thank you. So basically, if you look at it, it's basically defining our subtle personality, which is indicated by this word or letter, sound symbol called Om. That's our subtle personality. And then our gross personality. So gross personality is made up of Sharir Man Buddhi, body, mind, and intellect. So our entire experiences of life are created by the collective operation of these three things: body, mind, and intellect. So with my body, I perceive the things outside in the world. So I become a seer when I see something. I become a smeller, or I become a taster, or hearer, or toucher, because I'm touching something. So when with my sense organs, I perceive, perception is a word which includes the work of all five senses. Rather than saying seeing, smelling, touching, and feeling, we just call it perceiving. You are perceiving it. और perception जब कहते हैं I am perceiving it, उसको परसेप्शन परसेप्शन इसलिए भी कहते हैं क्योंकि what you know when you're looking outside with your eyes are only bringing to you what? Eyes are bringing shape, size, and color of whatever you are looking at. But it is your mind which will define what it is that you are looking at. Then you get a sense and experience of. So, what you see, what you look at, is interpreted by your mind, and you develop an understanding of what you are looking at. ठीक है जी? तो your understanding of what you are looking at is your perception. इसको दूसरी तरह से ऐसे कहते हैं, I think it is this. So what you think, what you are looking at may not necessarily be the reality of what you are looking at. It is your interpretation of your mind which tells you what it is. So your understanding of the object that you're looking at is coming to you through your mind. So your mind is telling you what you're looking at. अब इसको एग्जाम्पल को अपना डे टू डे एक्सपीरियंस में वो करके देखते हैं, ट्रांसपोज. So if somebody is saying something to you, you may interpret as though this person is insulting you. That may not necessarily be the truth. But your truth is that this person is insulting you. That person is basically saying something that your mind interprets as your insult. मैं इसको वो कर देता हूँ, स्टॉप कर देता हूँ, आई शेयर इट अगेन. तो इसको बोलते हैं परसेप्शन. So like I perceive what I see, I smell, I taste, I hear, and I feel through my skin. So this is my perception. So my understanding of the world outside is seldom what it really is. Is this thing sinking in you? हाँ, हमको विश्वास बहुत होता है और हम इस बात पे झगड़े भी कर लेते हैं. अरे क्या बात कर रहे हो, मैंने अपनी आंखों से देखा है. करते कि नहीं करते? मैंने
But it
अपनी
is
आंखों से
based on our past experiences.
हाँ, so how you are interpreting something is based on your past experiences. So based on your past experiences, you are evaluating and interpreting what you look at it now. So your understanding of what you're looking at is defined by your mind and intellect. So you have a version of what you're looking at. So your version may or may not necessarily align with the reality of the object that you're looking at. It may be how you think it is. It may not be. तो ये जो इंसाइट है ये बहुत जरूरी है सो दैट वी कैन सॉफन अवर ईगो. ठीक है, मैंने ऐसा देखा, मुझे ऐसा लगा, बट आई मे नॉट बी करेक्ट. इट इज माई परसेप्शन, इट इज माई वर्जन. तो हमारी लैंग्वेज भी ऐसी होती है, आप देखो ना. तो जो आदमी जिसकी जिसकी जैसे धीरे धीरे करके आप अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग और इंसाइट डेवलप करते हो, आप कहते हो ह्यूमिलिटी आती है, यू बिकम हम्बल. You know that what I am talking about is my perception of what was happening. I don't know really what happened.
Limited
But I am,
knowledge.
हाँ, so I have my version of it. तो इस बात को समझाने के लिए ना हमारी पंचतंत्र की कथाओं में एक कथा आती है. एलिफेंट एंड द ब्लाइंड मैन। सुनी होगी आप सब लोगों ने कथा कि 5 अंधों को एलिफेंट को एक्सपीरियंस करने के लिए भेजा। सो 5 पीपल हैव अप्रोच्ड द एलिफेंट and they try to experience or feel the elephant. तो obviously they approach the elephant और उन्होंने उसको छू छू के अंदाजा लगाने की कोशिश करी है। They created a mental image of elephant in their mind. And when they were asked to explain, they explained what they have understood. Though none of them were wrong, but no one had the complete picture of the elephant. Though they are true in their perception, what they have understood, the aspect and the part, it is accurate and correct. But nonetheless, they were not completely truthful. तो ये जो उनकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग एलिफेंट की है, दो इट अपीयर्स एंड फील्स राइट एंड करेक्ट at your individual level, but it may or may not be the understanding of the complete picture of what you're looking at. तो इसको बोलते हैं परसेप्शन। सो अपनी सेंस ऑर्गन से वी परसीव द वर्ल्ड। सो इसलिए कहते हैं विद बॉडी यू परसीव द ऑब्जेक्ट्स। ऑब्जेक्ट्स में सारी चीजें आती है। द एंटायर एक्सटर्नल वर्ल्ड इज रिफर्ड एज ऑब्जेक्ट्स। ठीक है। विद अवर मेंटल फैकल्टी, विद अवर माइंड, वी फील द इमोशंस। So with my body, I become the perceiver. So my understanding about myself is I am the perceiver. I am the seer. I am the hearer. So that defines my personality. With my mind, I am the feeler of the emotions. तो जो भी इमोशंस मेरे अंदर इन्वोक हो रहे हैं, I am the feeler of it. So that becomes my emotional personality. So I evaluate based on my experiences of my emotions and feelings. And with my intellect, I think the thoughts that are happening in my mind. So with the interplay of body, mind, intellect, I create an impression, an image about what I think I am. आई बात समझ में? भाई आप whatever you think you are, this is a collective evaluation of your mind of all your experiences that you have had so far in your life. तो अपने लाइफ के जो भी आपको अनुभव हुए हैं, उन अनुभव के आधार पे योर माइंड हैज क्रिएटेड एन मेंटल इंप्रेशन, and with time and over the period of time you have validated those experiences or those ideas, and you have concluded certain notions about yourself, that I am like this, I am like that. So all these collective evaluative definitions has created what we call in modern psychology self-image. Each one of us have a self-image about myself. This is how I am, this is what I am. इतनी बात समझ में आ गई? So everybody has this self-image. And because we have validated this self-image over my lifetime, so this evaluation, my mental evaluation, though it is my mental evaluation, but I believe as though it is real. That's how I am. And more you believe in your mental evaluations about yourself, you remain away from your real version. What is the real version? My real version is this Om, what is indicated by Om, not Om, but what Om is indicated my real personality, Brahm, Om, which is called Sat Chit Anand. ठीक है? तो सत्य चित, दो it is my, I am full, perfect and complete, content. I have no desire in me because I am full and complete and content. And because my senses are not capable of apprehending my real version, I have no choice but to believe in my mental evaluation. And these mental evaluations is called vasana. अब इसको आम भाषा में कैसे समझिए वासना को? Whatever your notions are about yourself, whatever you think you are, particularly your negative ones, is the cause of your misery. Because these vasanas, अगर एक एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं,
So can you repeat, please?
what I said was all these mental impressions that you have about yourself is your vasana. So basically, बहुत सारे इसमें examples. I'm just trying to think what is the most appropriate example. So your mental impressions or mental evaluations of your experiences in the past, you have concluded your personality to be of a certain attributes. कि मैं ऐसी हूं, मैं वैसी हूं, nobody loves me, I am not important, nobody gives a damn about me. So we have created these impressions. So either you have a sense of incompleteness, there is something missing in you, or sense of discontent. And because there is this sense of incompleteness and discontent, so this vasana at the intellectual level creates a desire. I should do this. I should study this. I should marry so and so. These desires are at the intellectual level. These vasanas at intellectual level manifest itself as my desires. So my desires by itself is vasana. But at intellectual, it is desire. I should do this. I should have this. I should become this. So all this, do, be, or have. So all your desires fall into these three words. What I want to be, what I want to do, and what I want to have. So all your desires fall into these three categories. So there are parallel tracks running in your mind. So desires are there at intellectual level. And at your mental level, these are manifesting as thoughts. And on body level, it manifests as action. So whatever I am doing under the influence of my vasanas. all my actions in the world outside are prompted by my vasanas or prompted by my desires. So these are all desire prompted actions. अब मैं आपको छोटा सा एग्जांपल देता हूं. जैसे हम कोई सेवा करते हैं, अच्छा भी काम करते हैं, तो आप देखोगे एट द कोर ऑफ योर हार्ट, दो यू मे नॉट वांट एनीबॉडी टू नो दिस, बट एट इन द कोर ऑफ योर हार्ट you want to be appreciated for the good deed that you do. You want to be recognized. You want to be, you want people to be grateful. You want to hear these words in your ears. She is a nice person. She is very philanthropic. She is very this, she that. So you are seeking that validation all the time. Though you are doing a pious act, but it is a desire prompted action. डिफरेंस को समझने की कोशिश कीजिए. तो जब कोई डिजायर प्रॉम्प्टेड एक्शन है, इसका मतलब बाय द एक्ट दैट यू आर परफॉर्मिंग ए साइकोलॉजिकल नीड इज गोइंग टू बी फुलफिल्ड. नहीं, your action that you're performing outwardly, though it may appear a very pious act, it definitely may benefit the society. But your purpose for performing that act is to seek that psychological validation, for you to have a sense of completeness. These actions are called selfish actions. Selfish, common language wala selfish nahi. These actions are fulfilling for you to have a sense of self. आई बात समझ में? इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि यू स्टॉप डूइंग गुड डीड्स. नो, यू डू इट. अब जैसे उन्होंने बताया ना, दैट वाज ए रिमाइंडर फॉर मी कि वासना एग्जॉशन के लिए पीपल हु आर बॉडी ओरिएंटेड, उनके लिए कर्म योग बताया. जो आपकी डिजायर्स है, वाइज एग्जॉस्ट देम. काम कर करके कर करके करके व्हाट एवर यू वांट टू डू, जस्ट डू इट. एग्जॉस्ट योर वासनास. और जो इमोशनली ओरिएंटेड लोग हैं, उनके लिए डिवोशन, पाथ ऑफ डिवोशन, भक्ति मार्ग. यू डिवोट योर सेल्फ एट द सर्विस ऑफ लॉर्ड. एंड द पीपल हु आर इंटेलेक्चुअली मोटिवेटेड ओरिएंटेड, उनके लिए पाथ ऑफ नॉलेज फॉर एग्जॉस्टिंग द वासना. ये कोई ऐसा पाथ नहीं है, इट्स नॉट ए रोड मैप. वो टेम्परामेंट है. दिस इज योर टेम्परामेंट. यू विल नेचुरली डू व्हाट योर टेम्परामेंट इज. तो आपको अभी तक कंफ्यूजन, मतलब थोड़ा सा, मतलब क्लैरिफिकेशन और कंफ्यूजन तो नहीं, क्लैरिफिकेशन आपको समझ आया? बॉडी माइंड इंटेलेक्ट. सो दिस इज हाउ वी क्रिएट अवर वासनास. सो इसको मैंने थोड़ा सा सिंप्लीफाई करने का प्रयास किया है अपनी राइटिंग्स में कि हाउ डज दिस वास. सो आई हैव गिवन अ लिस्ट ऑफ अबाउट 20 प्लस expressions of vasanas. How vasanas are express themselves in thought formats. शायद मैंने आपके साथ शेयर भी किया था स्क्रीन पे एक दिन, पार्ट ऑफ माय बुक. और इनको डिसमेंटल करने के लिए चित्त शुद्धि का टेक्निक है जिसे योग कहते हैं. अगर आप वो करें तो यू कैन स्टार्ट डिसमेंटलिंग देम वन आफ्टर अनदर. लेकिन किसी चीज को डिसमेंटल करने के लिए पहले उसको आइडेंटिफाई भी करना पड़ेगा. सो आई मस्ट इंट्रोस्पेक्ट एंड आइडेंटिफाई, क्योंकि टू आइडेंटिफाई दीज वीक dimensions of your own personality requires lot of courage, because you can't even separate these negative tendencies from yourself, because they are part and parcel of your personality. So to critically analyze your own self, is not a difficult job. Sorry, it's not an easy job. That is why the first chapter of Gita is dedicated to Arjun's Vishad Yoga, Arjun's confusion. He is saying, how can I fight with myself? Myself, how can I fight with my own? ये जो जितने कौरवों की है, these are my own, meaning these are my own thoughts. अब मैं अपने ही थॉट्स को कैसे डिस्प्रूव कर रहा हूं? मैंने 40, 30, 40, 50 साल लगा के आई हैव क्रिएटेड दिस. नाउ यू आर आस्किंग मी टू confront my own self. So confronting my own self requires a lot of courage and sincerity. And that courage is the foundation upon which meditation is built.
Accept your shortcomings.
Accepting that these are my shortcomings. I have created wrong interpretation of my realities, my experiences. My father never hated me, but I've lived my life believing that he hated me. Why? Because I ignored lot of other positive gestures and things that he has done for me, but I was so blinded by my own vasanas that I could not see anything positive in him. इसको पश्चाताप कहते हैं. तो ये जो आप देखोगे जितनी हमारी ये स्टोरीज हैं, दे आर ऑल बिल्ट ऑन दिस BMI चार्ट मॉडल, कॉल इट वॉट एवर. चाहे वो महाभारत की स्टोरी है, चाहे वो रामायण की स्टोरी है, या पुराणों में जितनी भी स्टोरी लिखी है, दे आर सम हाउ ट्राइंग टू हेल्प अस किल अवर वासनास. जितनी आप देवी पुराण में पढ़ोगे ना, देवियों की कहानियां, मैं पिछली बार ही बता रहा था, सारी देवी देवता जो हैं, दे आर चेजिंग आफ्टर ए डीमन, एंड दीज आर द डीमंस. सो वासनास are manifested or presented as rakshasas or दैत्यास or असुर in पुराण. जो हमारी पुरानी कथाएं हैं उसमें इनको असुर बोला है. तो आप जितने भी संग्राम देखोगे, जितने भी लड़ाइयां देखोगे पुरानी कथाओं में, देवताओं और असुरों के बीच की लड़ाइयां हैं. यही कांस्टेंट, दैट इज द फाइट. And that is the fight that we have to fight with our own vasana. So what my effort is to simplify it rather than trying to understand from mysticism. और ये क्या बोलते हैं इसको, ये बच्चों की जो होती है फैसिनेटिंग स्टोरीज, वो स्टोरीज फॉर्मेट इसलिए बताया कि स्टोरी फॉर्मेट इज द इजीएस्ट फॉर्मेट फॉर पीपल टू फॉलो एंड अंडरस्टैंड. But at the end of the day, after listening to this story, you need to understand what is the essence of this story, which of these vasanas this demon is presenting that is being chased after by the deity. ये जो हमारी देवी देवता है, जिस राक्षस का वध करने में स्ट्रेटेजी बना रहे हैं, ये है क्या? है ना? तो आप जितने भी राक्षस देखोगे, यू विल फाइंड दिस इज ए पिक्टोरियल एंड स्टोरी वर्जन ऑफ ए वासना. जैसे मैंने एक पिछली बार एग्जांपल दिया था सेशन में रक्त बीज का, ऐसे ही भस्मासुर. यू क्रिएट ए वासना दैट इज कंज्यूमिंग यू. आपका ही नाश कर रही है. आपने अपने बारे में एक धारणा बना ली, वो धारणा ही आपको खा रही है, वो भस्मासुर. तो ज्यादातर वासनाओं का स्वभाव भस्मासुर जैसा होता है. बैठे बैठे अपने अपने आप मान लिया, अपने आप बैठे बैठे रो रहे हैं, डिप्रेशन में आ गए.
तो ये विवेक चूड़ामणि में है क्या, ये स्टोरीज के बारे में कुछ टच किया वासना के ऊपर?
नहीं, स्टोरी उसमें विवेक चूड़ा डज नॉट डील विद स्टोरी एट ऑल.
नहीं, they have not even touched upon vasanas in that book.
नहीं, उसमें है, बुक में
है?
मैं
Okay.
तो इसमें डिटेल्ड में.
Because I have that book, मैं सोच रही थी कहाँ पे पढूं इसके बारे में. I am very limited with books here, so.
मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, मेरा बड़ी पुरानी वर्जन है.
तो चैप्टर का नाम बता दीजिएगा, मैं देख लूंगी।
हाँ, अभी नहीं मिलेगा तो मैं बाद में देख के बता दूंगा।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी। इट इज सो इंटरेस्टिंग एक्चुअली, इट विल हेल्प अस टू मेडिटेट ऑन दैट वासना। अगर थोड़ा पढ़ने को भी मिल जाए।
अरे देखिए, जो भी आपको जो भी अपने परसेप्शन के लेवल पे जो आपको पता है, स्टार्ट विद देम। यू डोंट हैव टू गो इनटू दिस डीप मेडिटेशन बिफोर यू डू एनीथिंग। आपकी जो बैड हैबिट्स हैं, जैसे कल भी मैं परसों बात कर रहा था अपनी हैबिट्स के बारे में। सो दिस वाज ए काइंड ऑफ ए रिजल्ट ऑफ, if this is the case, so habits are addiction, habits are vasanas. तो एक एक करके यू स्टार्ट चैलेंजिंग योर हैबिट्स। प्रोक्रास्टिनेशन इज ए बैड हैबिट, कि अभी जो काम करना है उसको बाद के लिए टाल दिया, अभी नहीं बाद में करेंगे, आज नहीं कल करेंगे, कल नहीं परसों करेंगे। तो दिस इज कॉल्ड प्रोक्रास्टिनेशन। वो प्रोक्रास्टिनेशन करने से कितना नुकसान होता है, इस बात को समझाने के लिए सत्यनारायण की कथा लिखी है। पढ़िए सत्यनारायण की कथा। क्यों जीतू जी, सुनी नहीं कभी सत्यनारायण की कथा? यार हर एक के घर में होती है सत्यनारायण की कथा, मतलब अब मुझे नहीं मालूम।
I don't think
जब
so.
जब
कब
व्हेन आई वाज,
बचपन में कभी सुनी थी।
हाँ बचपन में
Hmm.
सबके घर में थर्सडे को उसकी होती है कथा। आफ्टरनून में करते हैं हम लोग, पता नहीं क्यों। और आफ्टर उसके बाद जो प्रसाद है उसमें चरणामृत और पंजीरी का प्रसाद मिलता है। इसलिए तो सत्यनारायण की कथा अगर आप पढ़ोगे तो उसमें प्रोक्रास्टिनेशन की स्टोरी है कि दिस ब्राह्मण वाउड दैट ही विल डू नारायण पूजा, विष्णु की पूजा करेगा। और देन ही केप्ट टालोफाइंग इट। पहले कहता है मेरी बच्ची हो जाए तो मैं अब ये करूंगा, फिर बच्ची बड़ी हो जाए, फिर वो स्कूल चली जाए, फिर उसकी शिक्षा पूरी हो जाए, फिर उसका विवाह हो जाए, फिर उसका बच्चा हो जाए। तो ऑल हिज लाइफ ही kept procrastinating it. Then he was subjected to a major disaster in his life. And he was jailed and he spent a lot of time in jail. Then फिर भगवान ने उसको सपने में दर्शन दिए। तब उसने ओह थैंक यू वेरी मच, तो ही गॉट रिलीज्ड एंड देन इवेंचुअली वेंट एंड ही डिड पूजा। तो स्टोरी के माध्यम से बता रहे हैं कि मतलब डिजास्टर वैसे नहीं है कि उस तरह के डिजास्टर होंगे, लेकिन यह है कि इट इज ए डिजास्टरस हैबिट। आपकी सारी जिंदगी गुजर जाती है, आपने जो करने वाले काम है कभी किए ही नहीं। अगर आपको सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन के ऊपर काम करना है, यू स्टार्ट नाउ। आज करेंगे, कल करेंगे, परसों करेंगे, तो कथा कहानियां सुनते रहते हैं, एक्शन कुछ नहीं लेना, एक्शन को टाले जा रहे हैं। तो वो प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन इज ए डीमन। तो मैं आपको ना इसमें बता दूंगा। हाँ इसमें है, अ, इसमें चैप्टर नहीं होता, उसमें विवेक चूड़ामणि में उसमें वर्सेस होते हैं। तो वर्सेस 310 से 319 लिख लीजिए, उसमें वासनास आर डिस्कस्ड। ठीक है, तो बेसिकली दैट्स व्हाट इट इज। श्रवण मनन निधिध्यास इज द की। अब उन्होंने बता दिया है, जो आप यहां से सुन रहे हो, यू हैव टू कीप थिंकिंग अबाउट इट, have your analysis of it, intellectual analysis in your mind, and then when you whatever comes out of it, then you must consume it, get established in your mind. आपने कभी कृष्ण के भगवान जी की वो बचपन की कहानियां सुनी है? भगवान कृष्ण को क्या पसंद है? व्हाट डज इट स्टील?
मक्खन।
मक्खन। वाई मक्खन? बिकॉज मक्खन इज द एसेंस ऑफ मिल्क।
आफ्टर द प्रोसेस पूरा निकलने के बाद जो सबसे
he
स्वीटेस्ट थिंग
does
निकलती
not
है।
तो मक्खन से क्रीम बनती है, क्रीम को फिर चिंतन मनन, यू आर सिर्फ यू आर churning that knowledge in your mind, and then what comes out of 5 किलो क्रीम में से 1 किलो मक्खन निकलता है, ऐसा मतलब एक रफ आइडिया होता है। तो जो मक्खन निकलता है उसके बाद जो लिक्विड होता है उसको बोलते हैं छाछ। इज ए यूजलेस प्रोडक्ट, यू कैन कंज्यूम इट इफ यू वांट, लेकिन द मेन एसेंस इज द मक्खन। सो भगवान कृष्ण जो है, ही इज स्टीलिंग द एसेंस। सो यू मस्ट स्टील, यू मस्ट बिकम द स्टीलर ऑफ द एसेंस। लीव द ग्रॉस। कौन सी कहानी, कौन सा पुराण, कौन सी किताब, कौन सा ये फलाना डिमा, ये दिस इज ऑल ग्रॉस रबिश। व्हाट इज द एसेंस दैट यू शुड बी आफ्टर? इससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है गीता एक कौन से चैप्टर में क्या लिखा है? जिसको देखना चाहिए किताब खरीद के देख लो भाई। हमको तो एसेंस मालूम है कि ये एसेंस है, एंड आई एम ट्राइंग टू कंज्यूम इट। तो अब यही तो होता है, आप देखो आपका डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम भी यही काम कर रहा है। और इस प्रोसेस को, श्रवण मनन निध्यास के प्रोसेस को समझाने के लिए विष्णु पुराण या भागवत पुराण में देवासुर संग्राम या समुद्र मंथन का प्रकरण आता है, कहानी आती है। समुद्र मंथन सुना है? समुद्र मंथन में दैट्स व्हाट दे आर चर्निंग। तो व्हेन यू डू सेल्फ एनालिसिस, व्हेन यू एनालाइज योर ओन सेल्फ, good will come out of it and the filth will come out of it. Filth has to be rejected, the good has to be consumed. The filth is called विष, और जो गुड है उसको बोलते हैं अमृत। अमृत मतलब द एसेंस ऑफ वेदास, द नॉलेज ऑफ ब्रह्म, उसको अमृत कहते हैं। दैट इज अमृत, द नॉलेज। बिकॉज व्हाई अमृत? बिकॉज इट इज इम्यूटेबल, it is unmodifiable, is ever existing, is never born, never dies. Something that never dies is amrit, immortal. तो ये जो अमृत है, निकला अमृत, that अमृत is indicating towards the ब्रह्म। और जो विष है, हलाला हलाहल है, बोलते हलाहल, that is very destructive. So if you consume negativity about yourself, your life will be destroyed. That's what we are living, a poisoned life, life with negativity. तो उसमें वो शंकर जी का आता है। So you have to become a yogi that you can hold that wish in your throat. So you're neither consuming it nor you're throwing it. You're holding it here. तो ये सब कथाएं हैं। कथाएं ये सब बताने के लिए हैं कि इन कथाओं का जब हम प्रयास करते हैं, अभ्यास करते हैं, योग करते हैं, साधना करते हैं, तो इनका रेफरेंस, इनका रेलेवेंस क्या है, हमको करना क्या है। वो हमको जहर नहीं पीना। जो हमारी नेगेटिविटी इन अस इज दी हलाहल, द विश which destroys our life, which is destroying our life right now as we speak, isn't it? तो ये हलाहल है। all these negative tendencies, negative vasanas in me is poisonous and is destroying my life. So that is what the essence is. तो ये पूरा जो चार्ट इन्होंने बताया, it is such an excellent summary of entire अद्वैत philosophy. जो अद्वैत फिलॉसफी का एक मॉडल है, इज इज अमेजिंग। तो आज की कथा यहीं समाप्त करते हैं, और अगली बार से आई एम गोइंग टू ओपन दिस बॉक्स विच हैज गॉट गीता। So we will start from first chapter. और आपको थोड़ा सा I think probably we will hear it from Gurudev. He explains in much better way the context within which Gita is presented. तो अगली बार से हमारी गीता का अध्याय शुरू हो रहा है। तो अपने आसपास सभी परिवारजनों में, मित्रों में समाचार भेजिए एंड आस्क पीपल टू ज्वाइन। अच्छा, एक let me do the pratna, then I'll take 2 more minutes to share some knowledge, information with you. ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरे परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।